Jacob Bobenmeyer, the snapper. A.J. Cole, the holder. The kick is blocked. Unbelievable.
Welcome in, everyone, to a unique-ish episode of the Barely Educated Podcast, a podcast by Bears fans, for Bears fans, post-game edition. Bears, the Raiders, which is one of the Berman things that I actually really like. Well, they brought the Raiders gimmick that first half. At any rate, I'm Mark, joined as always by Chris. I know I ask this every time, but after a game like that, in our advanced years, it's more important than normal. Chris, are you okay? How are you?
I think so. I checked the blood pressure, the heart rate. I think I'm okay. But yeah, what an exciting game that was.
Despite the Bears' best efforts, we both came out of it okay.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Even if they lost, I don't think I would have felt horrible.
That's true.
About
first half, I was thinking, man, I'm going to be salty.
Yeah.
This is before the bye. We got 2 weeks of everybody panicking.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came back, and Caleb bounced back. Actually, he was never really the problem to begin with. But, obviously, the second half was way better. And I thought, well, if they make this kick, I'll still be like, well, this is like Caleb game-winning drive that doesn't count again. But otherwise, I could have figured out a way to stomach it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got, as the Chicago Bears, their own Twitter posted, my friend, Josh Blockwell.
Oh, gosh.
That's on the official Bears account.
Oh, man. Josh Blockwell. Yeah, that was great. It looked like as the snap came, you're like, oh, my gosh, this guy might get that. I couldn't tell who it was, but, it looked like someone was getting close to the kick, and sure enough, there he was.
And my voice is scratchy because I yelled it loud enough for the first time in forever at a football game. Fist pumping, scared the dog. He jumped off the couch, afraid. We had it all.
Yeah.
Jenna goes, just jump up and hit it. Like a total football rookie. And then she's like, I called it. And I'm like, oh, this might ruin it. My wife's never going to let me hear the end of this.
Yeah, why don't they block it every time?
Yeah,
Jeez.
why don't they jump up and hit it every time? These idiots. So that was my experience.
Whew. Yeah, sadly, I was all alone at home. My wife has some orchestra rehearsals that she has all day, and otherwise the kids are all gone. So I was all alone watching it. But I still but you know what? When I'm texting you guys in the thread, and I got a thread with my uncle and a couple cousins, that and then another thread every once in a while for some more friends back home. So it's not like alone, but yeah. So I'm grateful for the texting technology that.
I thought when you were silent for a while, it was just me, cousin Nate, and cousin Nick. That I was like, oh, the group, Tim and Chris and Brian must have Sunday obligations.
I did for the first quarter.
You forgot Tim.
Cousin? Oh, wait, who? Oh, Tim, who keeps making little comments about my Cowboys.
Oh, he's denied the falsetto.
Shut up, Tim.
Okay, but Buddy Brian. Okay, there we go. Oh man, you're gonna hear it for this for sure.
Well, I'll get him one later. But I
Worth
just
it.
had to put that out there. Yeah.
Yeah, your Cowboys are tonight against my Packers, apparently, because I said they were a model organization that I was jealous of.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's true.
Oh,
so.
That's going to be a beatdown, right?
I don't know how it can't.
We're going to watch like a quarter and give up on it. Back to the Bears. That's what matters here.
Back to the Bears.
The Bears.
I was pretty fired up for Caleb on the comeback win, sort of comeback win. I think it's going to be hilarious because of the bye week. We're going to have 2 weeks of drawing all kinds of meaning everywhere. You, me, people I'm texting, podcasts, Dan Bernstein, people on the score if people still listen to the score,
Or as you called
Hogan
it,
Johns, and it's like that was an ugly game between two sorry football teams in most respects. It was almost disgusting until like about halfway through the third quarter it picked up some. You're like, okay, 25-24 doesn't that looks like a solid football game. But it was like, here's the ball back. Thanks, Gino.
yeah.
And then it was like, here, we're just gonna run into a wall and do nothing. You can have it back. No, no, no. You take it. I mean, it was so ugly at the start. I was like, well, I have watched this game way too many times in my life. So, and it turned into a fun game after that.
Yeah. What do you think of Ashton Genty? Is he
I
is he
wanted
the
him desperately to fall to 10. I didn't want to
yes,
trade up
yeah.
for him because I'm not trading up for a running back.
Yeah.
But I love the way he runs. The first guy doesn't tackle him unless he outweighs him by like 100 pounds. And the story so far has been that they can't get him an opening.
Mm.
But you saw the leg drive and the way the
Yes.
Bears could not bring him down once he was moving. I think he's a fun player. I think the sky's still the limit for him. I kind of think the Raiders are kind of a fun upstart team, as I said in our preseason episode.
Mm-hmm.
Crosby's awesome, as we all
Yes.
witnessed.
Put it on display. Yep.
But Gino is bad, and you don't win this game if Gino's not really bad because you would have been down huge.
Mm.
But he's just that's how he is, right? Like he'll have a great game, and then he'll be like, "What are you doing, game?"
Mm.
And that kept the Bears in it, and they were able to squeak it out at the end. I mean, Caleb goes 22-37.
Mm.
Not like abysmal, I guess, but
No, but
212,
not 70.
one touchdown, one what is it, one TD, one interception, but he
Mhm.
led the drive, made a ton of plays on that drive.
Yeah.
That was a TD for Swift. I don't really care who gets the TD there. I mean, it'd be more fun if Caleb just had another for his stats, but he did what he needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the lead in the game, right? He's under 60% completion because of 700 throws tipped at the line of scrimmage, which we talked about a while back, being a
Mhm.
concern.
Yep.
Still definitely a thing.
Mm-hmm.
When that didn't happen, like when it was completed, they were averaging almost 10 a catch.
Oh, that's good. Nice.
Like if you look at the receiving totals, it's 22 catches for 212.
Mm.
So that math checks out.
Yeah.
And another touchdown for Rome, who continues to
You know,
produce.
yes.
Only took one official sack, which does not do justice to how dominant the Raiders D line was.
True.
So I would say enjoy the win, everybody. Enjoy being 2-2, especially with the week off. It is so nice not to go into that with a loss.
Mm.
My commute for 2 weeks is much better,
Yes.
thanks to Josh Blockwell. But
That's great.
there are some real problems on that
Yes.
tape. I guarantee you they are going to get absolutely clobbered up front on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
So I guess that brings us to good, bad, and
Okay.
ugly. Let's
All right,
start
let's
with
do it.
ugly. What's
All right.
your biggest ugly? There's only two to choose from, I think. And I'm going to just pick the other one.
All right. Well, I'll pick offensive line, and I want to roll Cole Kmet into that because
Horrible game for
he
him.
was bad. I mean, he's the two false starts. The pass where Caleb threw a ball you should never throw, running to his right across his body to his left. You don't throw that. But still,
Stop throwing across your body,
Right.
even though you have a cannon. Those are ones we don't want to do.
But Kmet, help the guy out. Come back towards the ball a little bit. You know, it's like you've been in the league 4 or 5 years now. You got to do
And
that.
that's not even close to his worst play. He had the flat out drop,
Yeah.
and he had the two false starts.
Yep. Yeah.
I
very
mean, he's
disappointing.
usually really reliable, but just not that dynamic.
Yeah.
I thought it was his worst game in a couple of years, maybe
Yeah.
even like as a pro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's maybe
Unless-
something in his rookie.
Yeah,
or
his
something,
rookie
but-
year maybe. Yeah.
I mean, he's
Um,
usually steady. That was just very strange.
There was.
It had me wondering at one point: did they go all Vegas a little too much before?
Oh.
Like, why are they so sluggish? And
Vegas,
guys that are
baby.
usually steady being bad.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, are you counting the running game in that?
Yes, I know a lot.
I
of
don't
it-
blame the backs at all today.
Yeah.
They weren't plays like we had the first 3 games where you're like, Swift, where are you going? They were
Yeah,
just in his face every time he had the ball. And by the end of it, they at least picked it up a little. It's still a pretty horrible stat line, but
Do you think that Ben being like, I was upset with him, with Coach Johnson. Like, just it seemed like he was stubborn with still trying to run the ball. But did that open things up for the last drive? Because Swift's best runs were on that last drive, and I'm a little annoyed he got the game-winning touchdown.
I don't care who got the
But
touchdown because I think the drive is Caleb's. I would have loved Caleb to have 2 TDs, 1
Yeah.
interception,
yeah,
especially since the interception is like a super Max Crosby play. It doesn't
right.
really
Yeah, I
bother
don't.
you much.
That doesn't.
But the stat line rating and all that would be cool if it was higher.
Yeah.
I don't even think Ben Johnson was necessarily running that play that was the TD for it to be a TD. I think one of the things he was doing is let's get a little closer and a little closer. I think he's probably trying to leave less time.
Mm.
But Monangai had a decent fourth quarter. They picked it up in the fourth, and you do have to wonder if that was part of the grinding them down factor.
Yes,
I don't
yeah.
really know. I mean,
Made me wonder.
it's also worth noting while we're on this topic, because I think this is the big red flag A, and there's big red flag B here in a minute. A is some combo of O-line running game. At the same time, I think it's important to point out, what do you expect when your 2 tackles are rookies from, 4 minutes on in the second quarter till the end of the game? I actually thought Chapillo held his own pretty well.
Yeah, he was on the right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you got to throw out the broadcast. It took them 2 or 3 series to realize that Jones was hurt, that Benedict had moved over, and that Chapillo was in. In fact, they didn't notice it until we came back from halftime.
Ooh,
Guys, I promise you, both of them were in before halftime. And we can come back to the broadcast because I know you'll want to rant, and I joked in the group that I put on my Teichler hat because it was dreadful. But that's the first red flag, the first ugly. Okay. The other ugly is the run defense.
Yes.
Which has been a problem for a couple years running. Pun intended.
I didn't even
Those
catch
D
it.
tackles, except for Billings, get blown off the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Dexter's good on the pass rush. He's really bad in the run. They missed Grady Jarrett, I guess. I mean, I don't know. They were constantly getting to the second level, and Genty's going to make your backers and your safeties have a hard day if he's at the second level all the time. They made a few big stops when they needed them, and obviously the 64-yard TDs going to skew the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But will there be another game this decade where the Bears win, getting outran 69 yards to 240?
Oh, probably not.
They won that game.
Not. Yeah.
You're not beating Green Bay if you don't clean both of those up.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get trounced by the Lions at home even if you don't clean these up.
Yep.
You can't beat those good teams with that disparity. So I don't know how you don't call those the uglies. On the bad, pretty much the whole offense in the first half. I thought Ben Johnson had a bad first half, and I love Ben Johnson.
Agreed.
I thought it was stupid to take the opening kick. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Why do we always have a coach that every 3 or 4 games like, you know what, I think I'll take the ball? Never take the ball. It's demonstrably better to receive the second half kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
End of story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
so that's already like, why did he do that? I hate that so much. I thought some of the runs just looked like the brick wall thing, but I'm willing to entertain the idea that he was right to be stubborn about it. I didn't love coming up of a commercial for an injury, I think it was, but it was before the 2-minute warning. You totally had a chance to get the playoff, and they didn't. I thought they botched an end of half 2-minute warning thing there. Not a huge deal, but I'm just kind of like, I think Matt Eberflus has my radar just fired up for end of half management. Probably most people are like, who cares? They won. I'm just saying, it was another one of those where I'm like, I don't understand what we're doing here, not getting to play to where we can use the 2-minute warning right. And there was another one. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I think there was a 4th down. No, I like that he went for the ones he went for. It was super aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I'm being too hard on calling it bad. But like I said, bad first half.
Yep.
Wonderful. I hate this whole thing. Halftime interview. Thank you very much for making a mockery of the dumbest thing every broadcast is forced to do. He's not having it. I like that he's pissed off while they're losing, and I know a lot of people aren't going to like it, but I like it because I'm tired of these Mr. Nice Guy coaches that look like they don't care or can't get anything out of the
Yep.
players because they don't have any fire and passion to them.
Fire
Yeah,
the
there it is.
passion. That's right. Yeah.
But Ben Johnson's proof you can do that and actually be intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the trick play. It didn't go for a big game because of the stupid face mask thing they called. I thought that was weak.
Yes, it
Backs
was.
do that all the time.
Yep.
The idea of pretending that you had a bad flea flicker after you had a bad flea flicker that you somehow made a touchdown out of,
Yeah.
that was great. I was laughing at that. That was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it got like what 7-8 yards, so not a
yeah,
bad
and then
play.
the hold, or then the penalty.
Oh, right, the
removed
mask.
it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my, and then I thought Tremaine Edmonds had a pretty rough day at the
Yes,
office.
after a great week
After a
last
great
week.
week.
He was bad. He was slow. Yeah, I was.
And it wasn't
disappointed.
just the missed tackle for a touchdown. It was just what you're saying. Yeah, everything just looked slow.
Mhm.
The whole team looks slow. I'm kind of wondering about what's going on there with the whole Vegas
They were
Saturday
at the
night thing.
slots last
I know they're all going to be like, no, we were in the hotel by 9. So, I don't know. It just makes me wonder.
Mm,
They'll never talk about it, but they'd have to be really, really good, and then someone writes a tell-all book about them later, and then we'd get the truth in 20 years.
Yeah,
and I do believe that's off the table here.
probably right. Yeah, maybe starting with the 2027 Bears.
Yeah. Do you have any other bads to
Bad.
give out? I have one
No,
more.
the ugly really captured all the bad for me, I think.
The ugly was so ugly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they're a big deal, and they're a real problem if they don't get cleaned up. The other thing I think it's bad and borderline ugly and needs to be cleaned up. The special teams units
Oh, yes.
in the return game,
That's a good bad.
especially defensively, so to
Mhm.
speak. Kickoff coverage specifically.
Yeah,
Bad basically every game. Shout out to Torrey Taylor for a heck of a punt, though.
yeah, bounced at the 2, finally.
So while we're on special teams, and then you win with the block kick. So special teams had a very interesting day, and I'm looking forward to seeing what high school special teams coach Adam Hogue has to say about it, because it was a special teams roller coaster. And shout out to Cairo before I forget.
Yeah, I was going to say something. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I interrupted good, bad, and ugly to just do special teams there. Because it's kind of put it all together. And good. Caleb Williams pressured 12 times. Bad, sacked once. Good.
Mm-hmm.
He's been under pressure 50 times this season and sacked 7 times, if I remember their stats right.
Mm-hmm. Definitely improved as the game went on, too. That was good.
And obviously, second half, Caleb had a couple really nice throws. The TD was a great throw, by the way.
Yes.
And led him down there to score, as he did last year so many times. And that's my favorite thing about this game, is the only time last year it seemed like he did that and they won was the Packers game at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about normally I'd want to lose out, but not with that losing streak and not with this QB and not in that stadium.
To that team.
And so that was kind of cool that then we get the first game where we should have done it was Monday night against the Vikings and failed it. Essentially, defense let us down 2 in the fourth quarter. And then you get today's big win that to me was a big thing for Caleb, because so many times last year, the Washington game, the first Green Bay game, there was a couple more. Drawing a blank off the top.
Oh, the Lions thing.
There's the Lions game. Yeah, the Lions game.
Both Lions.
And the overtime Vikings game, although he took a really bad sack in overtime that game. But it was like, man, he's so close to having like 3 or 4 of these. And everyone's like, does he have it? And the broadcaster wouldn't shut up about it the whole game.
Yes.
And then this blocked kick, to me, is like a big deal for his trajectory, even though he definitely didn't have his best game. Winning game, I know you can tell from his post-game reaction, winning games like this matters a ton to him.
Yes, yeah.
Of course it does. He's a competitive player.
And he held up against
that's
one of
all
the
part
best,
of the good.
He held up against one of the best ends in the game.
Yeah, he kept barely getting out of there. I mean, he's special at that.
Yeah, he is.
Just keep refining the rest of it.
Yeah.
Any other goods for you? I've got one more. But
I do too. Maybe it's the same one. Is it 29? Tyreek Stevenson?
It's the secondary as a whole.
Okay.
Because also got to throw Byard in there with the 2 picks again. But yes, 29. Tyreek Stevenson continues to earn his name.
He does. 2 weeks in a row. Really good games. Good for him.
And that was a tremendous interception.
Yeah. That was like an Urlacher kind of interception in his
Those ones
prime,
where they have to
you know?
dive in front of it,
Uh-huh.
that was beautiful.
He sure
No
was.
knuckleheaded stuff the last
Nope.
couple weeks, knock on wood.
Yeah.
And Bayard just reading Gino twice.
Mm-hmm.
Was probably the best part of the broadcast was the second one where old Bear, Adam Archuleta, that's played by the color guy, analyst guy, was like, this is the same play. It's the same route, and they're in the same coverage. And he reads his eyes again. And I was like, that does look an awful lot like the last one. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah. And he was a safety, so that's something he would notice, yeah.
So those are my goods. Somewhere in there, I'm giving the game ball, I guess, to Caleb and Bayard. I don't even know, really. There's also some love for Roma Dunze.
Yes, Roma Dunze, who is
5 TDs in 4 games. When's the last Bear to do that? Somebody's got that tweet somewhere.
It is not me, but that's a touchdown, at least one every game. So we've given Poles a lot of crap on missed draft picks, but man, his first 2 from last year, they're looking pretty good. His 2 first round picks.
Rome's looking better than the other receivers.
Yes.
Ahead of him. Well, Neighbors is a stud, but Neighbors might have blown his ACL. That sucks. I hate it when good players get hurt, or anybody really.
But Marvin Harrison Jr. has had moments. I mean, he snapped out of it.
It's like
Thursday night. He looked.
Oh, he was horrible the first half. Yeah. I had to come home and catch the highlights because I saw so much of it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had the nice TD at the end.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Rome's been all around better than. Yeah, I would agree. So good for you, Poles. And it's nice to see Rome and Caleb developing a good rapport together. And
I would
decade,
like to know what's going on with DJ because it feels like they're not targeting him much. I think it's maybe Caleb's comfort with Rome. It never quite got there with DJ last year. But I do think he's open some, and I don't think DJ's lost a step or anything. So I think that's something they should work on coming out of the bye.
Yeah,
we can talk more sometime before the next game on what we want to see in a preview episode.
Okay.
A couple fun tweets. Kevin Fishbane. Bears head coach Ben Johnson said he could hear special teams coach Richard Hightower in his headset narrating before the Raiders field goal attempt.
Oh.
Quote, Blackwell's going to block it.
Oh.
So they knew it. It's like when the Packers called their shot, I guess.
There's a nice little nugget.
Yeah. Caleb's meeting with the media now.
Okay.
Called Max Crosby the best player I've played against. Yeah, we destroyed the first half. The other thing I think kind of fun, and I'm a homer, so feel free to disagree if you're out there, people. The first half was Max Crosby. The second half was Ashton Genty and Caleb Williams. And I know Caleb didn't dominate to the level Crosby did the first half, but he made a bunch of plays. He kept extending drives, and they just hung around, and most importantly, led the game-winning TD drive.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept Crosby where the only real play he made at that point was one more deflection.
Yeah, another great play, too. I thought it would get picked again, but Caleb smacked it down. Did you see that?
He got there.
A lot of QBs would catch it and try to go, but he just slapped it down. I was like, okay.
I think your risk of fumbling that is so high.
Mm-hmm.
There's almost no way you're getting yards. So take the incomplete, knock it down is smart.
Yeah.
But I think that's another thing they should work on in the bye week is what's going on with this trajectory of the ball. At his height, it's a thing. You have to slide a little more. I don't know. There's been a lot of passes deflected, and finally one got picked. Yeah. But at least they're not picked for horrible decisions like you often see with young QBs.
Yep. And he's 6 or 6'1", so that's still on the shorter side for an NFL QB, isn't it? Most of them are 6'2", 6'4", somewhere around there. I'm not saying that he's short. I'm just saying that's going to be an issue. He's
not Bryce Young, but he's more Drew Brees than he is Josh Allen.
I think he's a little taller than Drew Brees.
Maybe I think he's basically my height. Mm-hmm. I just wonder if the height is why, or if it's the bullets that he throws. Do we need to put a little more trajectory or different trajectory on it? So just food for thought. But there's also the sensational ability of Max Crosby. That's a factor there.
Yep. Ooh, the TV showing Micah Parsons back in Jerry World
I
right
mean,
now.
it's like it's fun they won. It's an exciting finish. There's things to take away, but man, how many do we have 4 or 5 turnovers that game?
I believe 4 turnovers were caused by the
And then a
Bears.
4th down one.
Yes.
So, and you won by a point. That means a lot of the rest of your operation stunk.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
So, I mean,
it was not
you
until
should
the
have beat the tar out of them with the turnover advantage they had. Where Lovey is irate somewhere.
I think they only had 3 off of the first 3 turnovers.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And then the Rome TD came after
The halftime.
the Tyreek Stevenson number 29.
Yeah, right. Wasn't that the third quarter? Or
Yeah, it
was
was third quarter. Yeah,
I thought it was third.
quarter.
Yeah. All right. Fun, quick post game pod here. We don't need to belabor the point
Okay.
in terms of analyzing the game. It was fun. It was the kind of game we don't win very often, I feel like. So that was cool.
Definitely.
I want to give you your flowers here, Mr. Broadcast Analyst.
Okay.
This one's worth chewing up, and my gosh, they sucked. But I'll let you take the lead here. I've got some thoughts after you. What was your biggest problem with it?
Saying stuff just to say stuff. I think that was mostly Archuleta. Like every play, he was jumping in with not very helpful info and trying to generate some kind of Caleb thought that seemed original, but's been brought up many, many times before. I don't know. Is that?
Yeah, no, I think okay. So like the one that killed me.
Okay.
I already did the whole tackles thing. Like just late to noticing that was pretty rough. And I'm saying the whole broadcast, not just the announcers, because they're supposed to be guys in the truck who are like noticing this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was when Archuleta was critical of Caleb for throwing for the first instead of running it.
Oh yes. Yes.
I honestly don't know. And I saw the Bears blogger, who's kind of a hit or miss follow, frankly.
Yeah,
but he noted this too. He's just like, I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback criticized for completing the first down instead of running for it. I've seen the other way around where it's like, hey, you're taking an unnecessary hit, just dump it off to the back. That's like, yeah, that's reasonable. We should probably get that and not take the hit.
Yeah.
It's like he did the opposite. I've never heard that.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I mean is like he saw a lot of open space in front of Caleb, which is true. There was on that play. And he could have run, but he didn't. He chose to throw it. So
what doesn't the fact that he can still throw it put the defender in conflict? I know on that play there was a linebacker close enough that you don't know if he would have got the first if the guy made the play. And the fact that he can still throw keeps him honest. So, like, I think he's wrong a bunch of ways on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have seen quite a few people talking about the announcers being bad. So it's not just us.
Yeah, and that's why he's on the 6th team.
Yeah, I made that joke during the game, right?
Speedus or Speedo Dudus or whatever.
And then Spiro something, I don't know.
Spiro
and then
Dudo.
And then he confused Geno Smith. He called him Williams a couple times early in the game. I'm just like, what is this guy doing?
And you mentioned the sideline reporter.
That was maybe a little rude there, but it was he?
Funny. Yeah, I thought we're gonna hear something about that because she said you're gonna have to do something different.
He's like, "Oh, you think?
Oh, you think so?" Like he kind of leaned into her too, like, "Oh, you think so?" Like
I don't know what that was.
And then she kind of looked a little awkward too, like so it was just bad. Like I agree with what you said earlier. Let's just not do that anymore. It was so awkward, and you learn nothing. So
yeah. So a good broadcast teach you something about the game, and they analyze more than one or two things. And it just felt like they were rightly stuck on the run games. That contrast was legit, as we obviously agree with them focusing on how bad that was for the Bears, but they still won, of course. And then I thought they were basically one of the problems a lot of former players have, which I think Fitz, you're just saying stuff to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Archuleta presumably knows more about coverage than anything else.
Yes, as a defensive
and that's fine. But the good broadcasters can tell me a little bit more about line play and a little bit more about what the coach was attempting to set up. And I wish there were more broadcasts like Greg Olson where he's like, hey, they ran this in the second quarter out of this formation. and they ran the run. And this time they ran play action off of it and hit the tight end on a in-breaking
Yes.
route for 20. It's just like, it's just so much more intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't think anybody learned much from
Mm-hmm.
this broadcast. And I think
And
that's what you get with the sixth team. So that's, I
yeah,
suppose,
and
kind of normal. But
usually, like, well, because they were like so far down the totem pole in broadcasters, it didn't bother me as much as like one of the top, like Chris Collinsworth, making hyperbole out of everything. Like, oh, this is the greatest third down run you'll ever see. By the, like he's not teaching or expressing any kind of information about the game or about the coaching, about the strategy. It
you
sounds like
know
he's talking
who's,
to non-football fans, and maybe he
yeah,
is. Maybe he's
and
told to
they
talk to
might even be
non-football
coached
fans.
that way. But
Yeah.
you know who's done a really good job of adding the teaching dynamic to it?
Hmm.
Olson's the best. I actually think the next best is Troy Aikman.
Oh yeah, I've.
This era of I don't care, I'm going to give you knowledge and I'm not going to sit there and give a bunch of platitudes. If somebody screws up, I'm
Yeah.
going to critique it. He
Mm-hmm.
gives you a lot of info. And I actually think Brady's pretty good when he has time. Like if there's a break in the action and they don't commercialize, he can't get the timing right, but he has totally interesting things to say. I wish he had a studio gig.
Yeah, and
I think he'd be really good in the studio.
he'll probably grow and get better because
Yeah, he's
he's
too
like
smart.
if anyone in the history of the league has maximized their athletic ability with their smarts of the game, it's him. So I
Yeah.
expect, yeah. Oh, touchdown Green Bay already with Romeo Dobbs wearing the Spaceballs helmet.
According to Mark Potash, who I think did this before the block,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the kind of troll he is.
Yeah,
It's,
okay.
I need someone to confirm this because it's Potash. The Bears are 0-27 when allowing 24 points or more since beating the Seahawks 25-24 behind Nick Foles in 2021.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously you have the 3-win season in there. That's gonna put a
Yeah.
whole bunch of those. It might be right. The Bears, according to Caleb, did try the stumble bum. That play was actually the stumble bum.
Hmm.
And he's mad at himself for not hitting Rome on it.
Hmm.
I'm like, really? Because looked like Rome wasn't open though. They didn't fall for it if it was a fake.
Hmm. Okay. All right.
Um, and I think we'll end on a happy note here. I'm curious to see the tape. We'll have to do an after further review on this for sure.
Our best
Despite
segment.
Max obliterating the first half, I think Theo Benedict played pretty well on the left side, and Ozzy Chapillo played pretty well on the right. And that's a tough spot to be in. They rallied, and it looked like at first that situation was going to derail the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
And so, kind of a miniature kudos to them. That's got to be a daunting
Yeah.
task in your first real NFL action for both
Yeah.
of them.
Here's Max Crosby. Yes.
Yeah, and the way he wrecked the game was
Ooh.
stuffing runs and the tips.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like he had 5 sacks.
Right.
So he was great. That guy's great. Man, what I wouldn't give to have an edge doing that. And it sure as heck isn't ours.
What do you think trading for Max Crosby, giving him Tyson Bagent? What do you think? Straight up? Would they do it?
Yeah.
Let's do
Did
it.
you see Geno Smith? No, they'd never do it. He's the perfect hot cold quarterback, Geno Smith.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
Okay.
Well, enjoy Chris Collinsworth calling a Packers game, or
Yeah.
perhaps do something else with your time.
I'll put the SAP on. Yeah, I gotta make.
There you go.
Gotta make myself a sandwich too. Right? So.
Yeah, I'm hungry too. That game took a lot out of
It
me.
sure did. Yes. So, thanks everyone for listening to our post game of the Bears beating the Las Vegas Raiders 25-24. We got a bye week coming up, so we'll check in with you either later this week or into next week before their 5th game. Who do they play next? I don't even know. Do we have a division
Commanders.
game?
And then Commanders.
In Washington, D.C. again. So, the revenge game. Will Jaden Daniels be playing? We'll see. So, but we will talk to you down the road. Enjoy this win. It was fun. It was a little stressful. Check us out on all the socials. We are at bearly_educated. Join our honor roll at buymeacoffee.com/barely_educated. We'll send you a t-shirt. And our email is no, that's not our email. Our email is bearlyeducatedpod@gmail.com. And send us your thoughts. We'll read them on the, not the air, but on the pod if you send us your thoughts. So, until next time, Bears fans, bear down.
Life for me. The Bears.
I love the Bears.